Hey future author, it's George Carroll, and I'm going to do this video under 5 minutes, hopefully, and I might be using my hands a lot because I'm really excited, not because I'm Italian. So if you're not familiar with me, I'm the author of The Homeless Motivational Speaker, Developing a Healthy Relationship with Money, and Become a Published Author in 126 Days. And you're receiving this video because you've shown some interest in writing a book, and maybe you've already written it, maybe you're right on the cusp of just choosing it. And the thing that I want to share with you is something that I don't believe is being done in the publishing industry. So for the last year, I've been running a mastermind called Become a Published Author in 126 Days, and over 50 people from all over the world have joined this mastermind. There are a few people published, and there are many people right at the cusp of being published, and it's a very exciting time for these aspiring first-time authors to finally get their book out of them and into the world. And so, as I look at the mastermind, I'm always looking at how can I improve things? How can I add more value? And there's a good chunk of people that have gone through the mastermind that haven't gained the momentum that I hoped that they would, and probably they hoped that they would. And so I began to think about that, and I thought, well, why is that the case? You know, why aren't more people gaining more momentum with the program? Because all the resources are in place, the accountability is in place, the structure is in place, the weekly calls are in place. And so I looked at it and I thought, well, is it possible that people don't have the muscle of writing that other people do? And if that's the case, then what can I add to this program that would add more value to the writers and to the future authors, and what would also make it easier for people to become published? So for example, let's see. For example, the first chapter I ever wrote was in this book called Ordinary Men, Extraordinary Lives, Defining Moments. And I wrote a chapter in here on page 94 called, oh, where is it? There it is. No, that's not it. Well, give me a second. I wrote a chapter in here on page 93 called The Fallen Soldier Rises. So you can see the title there. And the thing that I haven't been willing to do compilation books, because what you'll notice about these compilation books is that the person who organized the book and compiled the book gets credit for the book, and the people who have chapters in the book, they're sort of like these unsung, quiet authors, tucked inside of the book. And there's nothing wrong with this model, but I'm always looking at how can I improve things. So here's what we're going to do for the next round of Become a Published Author in 126 Days that launches October 15th. So please listen up. So if you are an aspiring author and you've gone through the process of exploring what it would take to write your book, but you haven't got started yet, maybe now is the time, because what I'm doing is I'm going to be doing a compilation book of 20 people in it. 20 people. And in this book, the changes that we're going to make is not the cover isn't going to be my design, and my name isn't going to be on it. Even though I'm going to compile the book, I'm going to organize it, I'm going to help you edit it and give you the resources so you can edit your chapter. You will have a chapter inside of this book, not this book, but the book that I'm creating. You're going to have a chapter inside of that book, and the first shift that we're going to make is that your chapter is going to be the first chapter of the book. Instead of chapter 7 or 8 or 9, your chapter, which is going to have anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 word max, your chapter is going to be the first chapter of the book. So when your reader opens the book, when somebody buys a book from you and purchases the book from you, your chapter will be the first chapter of the book instead of chapter 18 or whatever it is. The second shift we're going to make, and this is where it gets exciting, and really listen in here, is that the cover of the book isn't going to be my design or my title. It's going to be your title based on your chapter. So there's going to be a common thread of the authors that come through that write a chapter inside of the compilation book that I'm creating. But your title, your book cover design will also be at the front of the book. So it's not about my book cover design. Your book cover design, your title, your chapter is number one, and it is going to be your book. Your book. This is not happening in the publishing industry that I'm aware of, and I want to make this shift because this is why this is important. If you are looking to think about it, so if you look at any compilation book that's out there, it has the person who organized the book's name on it. It doesn't have your name on it. You're inside, and maybe you're inside of the contents, but on the front of the book, you're not on it. So you're going to be able to design the book any way that you want. you're going to be able to put your picture on it. And this is why this is important, because if you're a coach, or if you're a consultant, or if you're a change agent or a healer, or you work with people in any way, and you want to write a book to help position you as more of a specialist or an expert in your industry, when people look at your book, they're not going to see my name and my cover design on it and my title. They're going to see your name, your cover design, and your title on it. This increases the credibility factor as it relates to compiled books. And also, if you're wanting to grow your speaking business, for example, and you're wanting to write a book that helps you position yourself as an expert on that topic, when you set up, like, so for example, marketing or web pages, and you have your 3D cover of your book, it's not my book, it's not my name, it's not my title, it's not my design, it's yours. So the perception is, according to these meeting planners and event planners who are going to book you, the perception that you create is this is your book, this is your title, this is your thing that you've created. So not only are you going to be able to write a chapter and become a published author in that way inside of this compiled book, but you're going to have your own cover design, you're going to have your own title, and you're going to have your name on the front of the book. Okay, so here's what I'm going to have you do. If this excites you, if this gets you, see, I can't even talk, I'm so excited. The words that want to come out of my brain aren't coming out of my mouth as fast as they want to. So here's what I want to have you do. If you're interested in becoming a contributing author to this book, to the compiled book that we're all going to create starting October 15th of 2015, then click the schedule exploratory call button below this video, and we'll hop on the phone for 30 minutes. We'll explore where you are in the writing process, what your concept is for your chapter, and see if you're a match. So there is a quick application process, and it just basically consists of us getting on the phone and saying, hey, what's your concept for this chapter, right? What's your topic? What are your outcomes? What are your vision for this book? And are you a match for this mastermind? So let's schedule the exploratory session below. Just call me, we'll get on the phone, and we'll see if it's a match for you. In the meantime, you can click the other link to learn more about the 126-day mastermind that I have going on. All right, so take good care. I look forward to chatting with you really soon.